Everybody, welcome to day negative 13. 13 days left after today. And so today I'm going to talk about what happened, in the next couple of days after what, just happened in the previous vlogs. So even though I told Chrissy that I still wanted to be friends, I still wanted to take a couple of days to just, clear things in my head, to, try to still get over everything that just happened. And so, for the next few days, I spent it really just lying in bed and just thinking about things. And before I move on, I should probably explain to people that don't really know me. And I mean, even if you do, there's a lot of people that don't know this fact about me. It's kind of goes in hand with me being a writer, I think. I tend to daydream a lot. I definitely dream at night also, but there are a lot of times when I just, think about hypothetical situations and how things would go if something, a certain thing happened. And, over the next couple of days, I really started thinking about, the two of us. And even though I still figured that the two of us were pretty much over, kind of, as I started to daydream more and more and I started to think about what could have been, I started to think about basically what would be happening between me and Chrissy if none of this stuff happened. Even if, let's say, she went to Georgia still. What if she hadn't told me about her and Robert? What if she did go to my dad's funeral? What if my dad didn't die? What if, all these things, like if it was just a normal, 2 weeks, really, for me to start off the year. And, in hindsight, it's really dumb of me to do this. But what you have to understand is, a part of me definitely, knew that we were over as a couple, that we were never going to be able to shake this. I was never going to be able to shake it, at least. But there was another part of me that, is still the hopeless romantic that thinks that, it's telling me that if there wasn't a big secret, wouldn't we still be okay? Wouldn't our lives be pretty much the same as it was before? And I guess I just really wanted that to be true. I wanted, it's like, I almost feel like, I hate to use this word because it makes it sound really light, but it's almost kind of like if I had a split personality, if I was kind of almost really bipolar, in the sense that on the one, half of me didn't want anything to do with Chrissy at the moment, but the other half of me wanted things to be how they were before and wanted things to be perfect again, like it was during the first few months that we were dating. And that's really like something I even sometimes struggle with today, putting the idea of love on a pedestal, the idea of, or putting people higher than they might than they probably should be. And I don't mean that to slight Chrissy in any way. It's just, I like to think that everyone else in watching this, knows that hindsight is definitely 50-50, and that even 2014, right now, I know that everything I was thinking back then was definitely stupid. That, she had lied to me, that she had really been at fault, and that it was really almost irreversible damage between us. But, I still, I wasn't really doing anything at the time. I didn't have a job. I still didn't, or I think I wasn't even going to school that semester, if I remember right. And it's just, I just kind of twisted things in my idea to at least wonder, to speculate about what would have been. And I dreamed about finding a good job, and down the road I dreamed about us moving in together. I dreamed about even all the way up to proposing to her. The thing about that, though, that's like the one thing that's kind of weird, is this sounds definitely weird, I know that, but for the longest time, for a while in my life, and I guess kind of still now, because of the way that I put people on pedestal, and the way that I put, I dream of having someone perfect in my life. I've dreamt about the perfect proposal for a really long time. Even if the girl changed, the way I thought everything would be perfect didn't. And I had that in my mind for quite a few years. And, this was no different. I, thought about that when I was, I guess you could say, recuperating from what just happened. I even dreamed about us getting married. I dreamed about how we'd have, a really nice house and all that. Like the, what do you call it, the American dream. I dreamed about all that stuff. And, it's really weird because, in hindsight, that's definitely weird to think about, that I did that about a girl that, up to this point, I had known for only almost a year, not even a year at the time. And, in 2014, that definitely scares me, because how am I supposed to, think that everything's going to be fine, that, I think I was taking it way too fast, definitely, and thinking about what could have been between me and Chrissy. And it really makes it even weirder because, by the end of it, by the next week, it wasn't even what could have been anymore. It was what will still be, because what it was I was just so, I felt that I needed this so much that even though she had hurt me, definitely, that I wanted to move past this, because I guess it was really more of just the fact that I didn't want to lose this. That, I thought that I was you know, being going to a much extreme in not wanting to get back together. And you know, I just really wanted, you know, I still wanted the world. I still wanted that perfect love between me and Chrissy. And I mean, so you know, after about a week, we started going out again. I hate to use this comparison because it makes it sound really bad on Chrissy's part, I think. But I liken the fact that I wanted to stay together with her despite everything that just happened. I almost think of it kind of like an addiction to a drug. That even though I knew that it was bad for me, I still wanted to stay together. You know? And I think that's really obviously stupid in hindsight. And it definitely led to, you know, what I'm going to talk about next, you know, in the last stretch of our story. And that's, you know, that's how I'm going to end today's vlog. So yeah, if you've been watching these from the beginning, I definitely thank you from the bottom of my heart. You know, it means a lot to me. It really does. And even if you just stumbled upon this today, if this is the first video you've seen, or if you've seen a handful, you know, I still thank you. You know, every view really helps. And you know, if you know anybody else that might like this story, definitely let them know. And if you haven't been keeping up, definitely check out my other videos. But yeah, that's all for today. And until next time, see ya.